If you read any website or open a book or a health magazine, you're going to be inundated with all sorts of information about what you should and shouldn't be doing for your health. Today I'd like to help you decide exactly what you should be focusing on. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Chand, acupuncturist, practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine, and Qigong instructor. And I know that it's so confusing because we're inundated with so much information about all these things we can be doing for our health. We could be exercising, eating differently, taking supplements, taking herbs, working on work-life balance, all sorts of things. There's no end to it. So what I'd like to do is introduce this idea of a health spectrum. So imagine that you have this big bar across the bottom of the page, and on one side you have things that are highly effective, and on the other side you have things that are effective but just mildly effective. Now everything that you could possibly do falls somewhere within this spectrum. So for example, if you are sedentary and you have a sitting job, a desk job, then going for a 20-minute walk every day is going to be highly effective for your overall health. Now, if you drink water all day long and it's usually from the tap and you switch to drinking spring water, then it's probably going to be helpful, but it's going to be very mild in how much it's going to really affect your overall health. So everything that we can do somewhere falls in along that spectrum. So that's not to say that something is not effective. It probably is, but what we want to do is really focus on the highly effective things. So if you imagine this spectrum and you divide it up into thirds, you want to focus on the top third of the effective things. So generally for most people, it's going to be your diet, your exercise, your sleep, and your stress. Those are the four legs of the table that I mentioned in a previous video. And studies show that no matter what culture, no matter what background, no matter what you're afflicted by, it's going to be those four legs, those four aspects that are going to affect you the most. So we will get the most return out of focusing on that top third of that spectrum, which includes your diet, exercise, sleep, and stress. Now I think that Qigong practice can really be on that side of being effective, but it has to be the right practice for you. You can try the practice, and if you give it 10 days or so, and if you really feel like, yeah, it's nice, but it's not really helping, then you might need to change it around and find different exercises and different types of approaches that work best for you. Personally, I've done all sorts of different types of Qigong practice, and there are some that I know are supposed to be very effective, but for me personally, I just don't feel it. It doesn't mean that it isn't effective, it just means that it's a lot more mild. There are certain forms that I practice, I really like it, and in a short amount of time, I can really feel a difference. And these routines that we have put together on Qigong for Vitality, they are an accumulation of what people have told me is effective. It's not my idea, it's what all this feedback that I've gotten from many different people of all different shapes and sizes and backgrounds. So use this concept of the health spectrum to do two things: to start adding things into your life, but also maybe even more importantly, start taking away things. If there is some sort of health device that you should be using every day or some sort of protocol you should be following, but you're just not feeling that it's making any difference, then it's okay, you can let it go. Focus on the things that you know actually help you. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.